Justin Gaethje surprised everyone at UFC 291 and knocked out Dustin Poirier in the second round by head kick. This was crazy, quite the fight. It was the cherry on top of the card. Truly, from the main event to the first fight on the card, they were all great fights. I'm super excited about it. I'm ready to get into it. So without further ado, let's dive into the card. Before we actually explain anything, please like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube. It's completely free. Now, let's get into it. Justin Gaethje knocks out Dustin Poirier in the second round, 1 minute going in. This was quite insane because going at this moment, for those who didn't watch it, the first round was super close. I gave it to Dustin Poirier because I thought he landed a little bit more, and I thought the damage to Justin Gaethje's left eye was pretty bad, where it showed that Dustin was putting out more damage and giving, I think, a lot more than what Justin Gaethje was putting out. Dustin Poirier, I thought he looked good, up until the knockout. I thought he was moving very well. He was keeping, pretty good protection all the way around. And it looked like his cardio was pretty fine. It didn't look like it was declining going into the second round. Justin Gaethje looked really good. He had a couple good leg kicks, some good jabs, but he was really landing a lot of body hooks. He would swoop in and throw a body hook or an overhand right and landed a couple of good shots. And then he attempted the head kick knockout earlier in the first round around the 3-minute mark. But if you look at the total strikes, Dustin Poirier landed 27 and Justin Gaethje landed 41. 27 significant strikes to 41. Pretty big difference for only being, around 6 minutes total. But it just shows you that towards the end, Justin Gaethje was starting to put it all together and landed a little bit more shots and looked really good. He also had a lot of good leg kicks. If you look at the significant strikes by target, 78% to the head of Dustin Poirier. That's what he was targeting at. And Justin Gaethje was targeting 56 to the head, 27 to the lower body. It just shows you Justin Gaethje is a very heavy leg kicker. Very good. Going to that second round, though, Justin Gaethje, he was kind of like level changing in almost to Dustin Poirier from going to the body to the head. And Justin Gaethje kind of level changed almost and got back out. And as he's moving in, he throws an overhand right with a right head kick. And Dustin Poirier literally just turns almost into it. And his hand isn't blocking all the way up. It's kind of like in the front, but not really protecting him. The foot lands, drops Dustin Poirier. Justin Gaethje gets on top, hits him a couple times. Herdeem fucking slides in, stops the fight. It was quite insane. Justin Gaethje looked really good. I don't think anybody really thought Justin could have done what he did. I think it was kind of luck, and he talks about that in the press conference where, if it was luck or just kind of a crazy shot or whatever it was, it definitely won Justin the fight, I think Justin is a really good striker, but I still find some tendencies that he does that could hurt him if he fought Charles again or if he fights Islam, where when he's striking with someone, he brings his head down and doesn't keep his head blocked all the way. I still think that's a really big problem for Justin. But without, shit talking Justin, it was a great fight. I really enjoyed it. I think Justin Gaethje with this win deserves a title shot now. I know that Charles and Islam are fighting at UFC 294. And, I do think Justin Gaethje has earned his chance at the title. He fought Rafael Fiziev, came back and beat him, decision. It was a beautiful win, and then finishes Dustin Poirier. How can you not give him a title shot? One more title shot, a third title shot, and you know what? That could be his probably retirement fight, depending on how that title shot goes. I think you do Islam and Oliveira. Whoever wins that, Justin Gaethje fights next. Unless Oliveira wins, you have a trilogy match with Islam, and I think Justin Gaethje fights Alex Volkanovski for the number one contender for the belt. I think that would be amazing. Or you could just do after, let's say Charles wins and there's a trilogy match between Islam and Charles, you could just have Justin and Volk wait out, and then those are the next 2 contenders. Have Volk defend the belt against Poirier. Justin could fight Islam if you wanted to. A lot of options. I really like this fight to end off. I think Dustin Poirier, I do think his run is coming to an end. He's still a great fighter. I still think he does have about 2 or 3 good fights left in him, but I want to see him retire out on the top like Habib and George St. Pierre and plenty of other fighters. John Jones, who's about to retire. I want to see him retire out on top and pretty much still fully there. Unlike, Tony Ferguson, who's lost now 6 fights in a row, which we're going to get into, and he needs to be retiring, but who knows, he might still fight. I think if I had to rate this fight, 10 being the greatest fight I've ever seen and 0 being the worst fight I've ever seen, I would give this fight around an 8. 8 to a 9 in that area. I think Dustin showed a lot. I think Justin showed a lot. I thought they both dealt great damage, and then the head kick knockout in the second round was just beautiful by Justin Gaethje. A very good fight. I would have loved to see how Dustin would have looked after 3 or 4 rounds. See if the altitude would have gotten to him, because he does train at sea level. Justin Gaethje does train at Denver, so I would have just liked to seen that, or at least seen some grappling exchanges. But overall, I was wrong. I picked Dustin Poirier to win. I thought he was going to win decision. Hats off to Justin Gaethje. I was wrong. Justin Gaethje won, but you know what? It was a pretty awesome fight, so can't be mad at that. For the co-main event, Alex Pereira won controversial split decision against Jan Blachowicz. I thought Jan Blachowicz won. I thought Jan Blachowicz won the first round, and the second round's close, and the third round's close. But I would have gave the first and second round to Jan Blachowicz, third round to Alex Pereira. I thought Jan Blachowicz in the first round, let's go back to it, he takes him down. Pereira does have a guillotine threat on Blachowicz, but it wasn't that bad. Then Jan Blachowicz gets the rear naked choke of Alex Pereira, can't finish it. Going into the second round, Jan Blachowicz, you could tell he's getting tired. The altitude got to him. He's landing good shots on Pereira. He attempts multiple takedowns, but Alex Pereira defends them. And he is playing pretty much just defensive takedowns and just on the 1-2s. Alex Pereira looked good. He won that round apparently on the judges' scorecards, which, it was close, but I thought Jan Blachowicz with the power and the strikes landed and the takedown threats that he would have won that second round, but he didn't. Third round, it was very close. I would have given that Alex Pereira. I thought he landed more. The damage was clearly going in Alex Pereira's favor, and it looked like Jan Blachowicz was really tired. He was gassed from the altitude, so you could definitely see his decline in the third round, but I personally think Jan Blachowicz got robbed, right? I mean, it was a close fight, so is it really a robbery? But I thought Jan Blachowicz with the takedowns and everything had just a little bit more of a deserving win. In the first round, Jan Blachowicz landed 17 total strikes. Alex Pereira landed 12. Jan Blachowicz had 1 takedown in the first round and 2 sub attempts. Going into the second round, Jan Blachowicz landed 32 total strikes, and Alex Pereira landed 54 total strikes. So Alex Pereira had the advantage there. But Jan Blachowicz did take down Alex Pereira 1 time in the second round. Going into the third round, pretty similar again. 33 total strikes landed by Jan Blachowicz and 46 by Alex Pereira. 1 takedown in the third round by Jan Blachowicz. Very close fight. You know what? It sucks for Jan Blachowicz because now he's lost 2 straight fights in a row. I guess there was a draw against Magomed Ankalaev, and then now this loss against Alex Pereira. Jan Blachowicz is kind of in a weird spot because it's he's still good and he's competing good and he's up there, but he's not really getting a deserving win to say, hey, you do fight for the belt next, I think what they'll probably do, have Yuri fights Alex Pereira most likely, and then you do Jamal Hill. He'll fight for the belt next, right whenever he heals up. Why not do Jan Blachowicz and, Rakic maybe if he comes back healthy? I really wouldn't mind seeing Magomed Ankalaev. He needs to fight someone too. Let's look at the rankings. At light heavyweight, oh, dude, Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker and Magomed Ankalaev, that would be a very fun fight. I would like to see that. But you have the champion Jamal Hill, which he dropped it. Yuri, who will come back. He'll probably fight Alex Pereira. Oh, man, this is very interesting. The light heavyweight division is going to get very interesting. I really would like to see Johnny Walker and Magomed Ankalaev. I think that'd be a fun fight. You know? Dude, Ankalaev is just a freaking animal. It was so weird. And, okay, so let's look at the scorecards, too, for Jan Blachowicz and Alex Pereira. So, the first round, all the judges gave it to Jan Blachowicz, which he had that pretty convincing takedown. In the second round, all the judges gave it to Alex Pereira, which I guess you could give it to Alex, but I did think Jan won that second round more than the third. Gotta be honest. And then one judge had it, Jan Blachowicz won that third round, and the other two had it 2-3 going to Alex Pereira's decision. You know what? Alex Pereira, I mean, it wasn't a robbery. It was a very close fight. He did land a lot of good shots, but I don't think he was the rightful winner. I think Jan Blachowicz probably should have won that, but Jan Blachowicz didn't do anything certain or diminishing to Alex Pereira where it was like, oh, Jan Blachowicz won the fight. You know, he had a couple of takedowns and, you know, it was a little less on the total striking. So if you're not putting out a lot of damage or convincing the judges that you're going to win or you are winning, you won't win. Sucks for Jan Blachowicz, but oh well. Jan Blachowicz should fight, you know, a lower ranked guy if he wants to stay in it and, you know, get 2 or 3 wins, get back and fight for the title. For Alex Pereira, you either fight Yuri Prochazka for the belt, undisputed light heavyweight belt, or you wait and fight the winner of Sweet Dreams, Jamal Hill versus Yuri, you know. Going into the Coco main event, Derek Lewis, bro, coming out with a flying knee, trying to impress everybody, freaking show off. Then he takes his pants off, bro, and he's fucking doing the DX. But, dude, I'm going to keep this short because there's nothing crazy to talk about. But Derek Lewis, dude, why didn't he fight like this like 2, 3, 4 fights ago, you know? He's in shape with a 6-pack. Like, dude, what's Derek Lewis doing? He beat him in 33 seconds. That was quite insane. Comes out with a flying knee. Drops Hogera. And gets on top of him and just beating the shit out of him. Literally landed 20 total strikes. 17 significant strikes. Insane. Keep it short, simple. Derek Lewis looked great. Very athletic. Had a 6-pack. I hope he keeps fighting like this. And what would be nice to see Derek Lewis get 1 or 2 more wins after this. Maybe have a rematch with Taito Avasa. That would be sick. Or fight someone like Volkov again. That would be awesome. Or maybe fight Curtis Blades again. That would be awesome. And try to get up there for the belt again. You know, fuck it. You're only getting older. Okay. Now get into the fight that's really important. Dude, Tony Ferguson. What's going on with Tony Ferguson? Dude, like, he looks so weird. And I was telling my buddy this when we were watching the fights. Dude, Tony, when he strikes, he doesn't, like, actually throw, like, a 1-2 jab. Like, he's so weird. He's, like, moving weird. He fucking will, like, slide on the ground and then throw, like, an up jab. And he's going to turn. And, like, whenever he's, like, blocking, especially against, like, a heavy boxer like Bobby Green, he's not, like, keeping his hands up here and bobbing, weaving, and rolling. He will, like, let someone punch him, and he'll, like, turn to the side like some Aikido shit, you know? I never realized, maybe, like, Tony Ferguson, he's just a weird fucking fighter that, like, just acts weird, you know? Like, his fighting motions and emotions and motions and everything like that. But Tony Ferguson fucking lost submission, bro. Fucking head-arm choke. Quite insane. Bobby Green, you know, I thought he was going to win the fight if it did get a decision. Tony Ferguson had some good shots. I think the eye poke was really bad for Tony, you know. I don't know why some of these fighters don't tell the ref, like, yo, I want my full 5 minutes, instead of, like, trying to, like, man it out. But Tony Ferguson got pretty fucked up in that third round. And you know what's so weird about Tony Ferguson? He does the same shit in almost every fight and, like, doesn't learn from it. Like, he keeps fucking up. He kept on doing Eminari rolls against Beneil Dariush, and Beneil Dariush would just, like, catch him, stay on top of him, and fuck him up. And he did the same shit in the third round against Bobby Green. He goes for an Eminari roll and fucks up, and Bobby Green catches him while he's on the ground, while his ass is up, and Bobby Green just lays on top of him, beating the shit out of him, ends up getting into full mounts, and then puts a head arm triangle in, and then he goes to side mounts and finishes the choke. Tony doesn't tap, of course. Tony's laying there, and fucking the arm is just fucking flopping. Dude, Tony needs to retire. He needs to be done, bro. That's 6 straight fights in a row that Tony has lost. Like, dude. Let's see who was winning the fucking fight. So, both rounds. Damn, Tony lost both rounds. Ron McCarthy gave the first round, though, to Tony Ferguson. So, he was probably going to lose, regardless, right? Well, I mean, he definitely was going to lose. But, damn, that guy had a 10-8 round in the second round. That's fucking crazy. So, Tony definitely was going to lose. Anyway, dude, Tony, please, this is a petition for Tony Ferguson to fucking retire. He needs to retire. He's done. He didn't do anything crazy against Bobby Green. He's clearly declining. Fucking hang it up. He was a great fighter one time, and, you know, was so close to fighting fucking Habib fucking 20 times, and they still can't fucking fight. But he needs to hang up the gloves, you know. Great warrior, great fighter. It's done for, you know. Stop fighting. You're just going to get more fucked up. In the opening fight of the card, bro, Michael Chiesa and Kevin Holland was very interesting. It was very exciting. Kevin Holland, dude, at welterweight, he's so funky and weird. It's like perfect for him. He's super fucking big, super tall. He's very lanky. His fucking arms are so long. Like, when he can be so far away, throw a jab and a fucking low leg kick and fuck you up, and he doesn't even have to be in danger of takedowns or anything. We saw Michael Chiesa go for multiple takedowns against Kevin Holland. Couldn't really do anything. Kevin Holland had really good defense. And then Michael Chiesa, the same shit that happened against him and Sean Brady happened against Kevin Holland, where he locked up a fucking Darce choke. He keeps his arm and fucking head out. Isn't fucking close at all. He isn't close to his body. His limbs is out. And fucking Kevin Holland snatches up his head and his fucking arm and goes for a Darce choke. Insane choke. Michael Chiesa, who's ranked 12th, should now be out of the top 15 rankings. And Kevin Holland should now finally be in the top 15. This was quite interesting because, you know, Kevin Holland has these fights where he'll look amazing and composed and be very mature. And then he has these random fights where he will kind of act stupid and do like stupid shit, you know. So it was really cool seeing Kevin Holland like stay in his zone and stay composed and fucking finish the fight all the way. His striking looked great. Has a lot of power at welterweight. People don't realize, like, he won 5 fights in a row in 2019 at middleweight, and, you know, defeated tough fighters, beat Jacare on his back. You know, he's a very good fighter. It's really cool seeing Kevin Holland at welterweight. I would like to see his game progress even more and really see him fight for a belt soon. If we look at the welterweight rankings, Michael Chiesa is ranked 12th. If he falls out, dude, you know how fun it would be to see Kevin Holland and Vicente Luque fight, like a brawl. Sean Brady would be very interesting. We already seen what happened against Wonderboy. Dang, dude, he should have fucking took Wonderboy on the ground. If Kevin Holland would have grappled with Wonderboy, he probably would have won that fight. Dude, Ian Gary. All right, this is my early pick right here. It's not for, you know, quite some time. Ian Gary will knock out Jeff Neal. I'm calling it now. If he doesn't knock out, it's going to be a TKO from like him dropping him and getting on top of him and beating his ass. I'm calling it now. Jeff Neal's going to look good. He's got a chin. But Ian Gary's going to get in his head and finish him. But, all right, to finish off this card, it was amazing. A couple fights I would love to see that they fight. I want to see Justin Gaethje fight for the belt one more time. That would be perfect. Fight Islam. Give him one more chance. He's probably going to get fucked up in the wrestling, but fuck it. You know? Fuck it. Give him a chance. Co-main event, I would love to see Alex Pereira and Jamal Hill. I think that would be a very interesting striking affair. Jamal Hill's got sneaky power. He's super athletic, got great cardio, and Alex Pereira, probably the greatest kickboxer right now in the UFC besides Izzy. You know, he's very good, has a lot of power. See him fight Jamal Hill. Co-main, Derek Lewis. Dude, I'm so happy he won and he's back now. Like, it starts his win streak right now, you know? Let's see. Derek Lewis. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Jonathan Almeida. That wouldn't be good. I'd like to see a rematch with either Volkov or Tai Tuivasa. I think those are all great fights for Derek Lewis, and I think that would, you know, if he can get one of those and then maybe fight Curtis again, he can fight for a belt again. You know, that'd be interesting. Bobby Green defeating Tony Ferguson, quite insane. I would like to see Bobby Green probably fight. Do I want to see him fight Patty? You know, Bobby Green will probably beat the shit out of Patty Pimblett, but I would like to see that matchup. I think it'd be very interesting. I think Bobby would surprise Patty a lot in the striking affair, but who knows how the grappling would go. I think Bobby Green versus Patty, that's what you do next. And then, of course, Michael Chiesa and Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland looks really good, man. And if he keeps doing what he did against Michael Chiesa, he could fight for a championship very soon. He's only 30 years old. I would like to see Kevin Holland either fight Vicente Luque, or have Kevin Holland fight maybe fight the loser of Jeff Neal and Ian Gary. I think that'd be awesome. You know, Kevin Holland versus Ian Gary, very interesting. Or even Jeff Neal, fucking exciting. Some notable fights I really liked. Roman Kopylov, I think that's how you say the last name. I don't know. Looked amazing. Crazy striker, crazy fucking power, super young, 3-fight win streak. He's a dog. Middleweight division, you gotta look out. Oh, Gabriel Bonfim, great freaking win. Looks incredible. I really like watching this guy. He's super young. He's got a lot of skills. That was another great fight. Oh, Matthew Selmsberger and Uros Medic. Dude, crazy freaking fight. Looked great. I mean, I do think the ref stopped it a little early against Selmsberger, but Medic, you know, just showed he had the power. And Selmsberger was like a little wobbly. Dude, UFC 291 was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I hope everybody else did. This video is going to be released as soon as possible. So if you're watching this now, thank you so much for watching. Please like it, comment, subscribe. You know, I only wanted to do a short film, but this is my reaction to UFC 291. I loved it. Thought it was a great card. I like, you know, how they fight these different, venues and shit, but quick on Salt Lake City. Clearly, the cardio kills the fighters, and, you know, it slows down the action. Keep it out of there, and we're Gucci. You know, I like it. UFC 291 was good. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm, slowly trying to build this up. So I appreciate everybody watching and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good night.